On Friday night bully talk. What is going on, family? Man, let me turn this fan on. Let me know if you hear it. If you hear it, I'll go ahead and turn it off. But today has got to be one of the most humid days I've been associated with since I've been here at the Q over here just north of Houston. Man, let me just tell you, it's just ridiculously humid. But tonight we're going to be talking about some natural remedies that are going to help with your dogs and coat. We've been obviously dropping shorts. I've spoken about the golden paste, which many people either forgot about or didn't even know existed. And all golden paste is when you mix coconut oil with turmeric and you add some black pepper to it because that's what helps absorb turmeric at higher levels. And yeah, man, all of a sudden I've been getting quite a few people. What's going on, most hated native? Nothing but love, man. I've had quite a few people very excited about using golden paste. I'm glad I could bring it to their attention. Let's get it started, says Queen's New Blood. You know it. We're going to be talking about natural fixes for your dogs. I've been getting hit up by a lot of people having a lot of issues with their dog's coat and skin. And it's funny because the minute I ask anything, what are you feeding? What are you currently feeding your dog? What are you, how often are you bathing your dog? What do you bathe your dog with? It's amazing red flags what people are telling me. I mean, I'm shocked a lot of times with the things they're telling me. Oh, we feed him Pedigree. What is it? $21 for a 45-pound bag. That's your first problem, right? Let me see the ingredient level. Oh, there's corn up in there, wheat up in there. And you're wondering why it is your dog is costing you $1. Here's the thing. I was told once when I was a kid. We're going to get to that XL Champ Cooper. I'm going to get to that right now. I was told once when I was a child that sometimes when you try to save a nickel, it will cost you $100. And at the time, I didn't understand what $100 was. I knew it was a lot of money, but I didn't know what it was. And now, as an older person, I realize that couldn't be any more true than when it comes to dogs, their health, their allergies, their nutrition. Here's the deal. What good is it for you to be feeding Pedigree to your dog, saving money on dog food, right? And then all of a sudden, at the end of the year, or a year or two into it, your dog has a full-blown allergy or full-blown yeast infection. The vet's charging you out the yin-yang, and everything you thought you saved with what you were feeding, you ended up spending it over at the vet. See, the system is far too. What's going on, Caleb? Number love, bro. Number love for you and your crew over there. Miss Amanda Jean Dixon, my dude, Big Bruce Lang, my dude, Michael Higginson over there, and Caleb Weddle. If you haven't checked out Tuesday Night Bully Talk, y'all need to check them out on Facebook, man. They always bringing in good guests, having good insight and good conversations, man. Number love, man. Thanks for coming, bro. Moises Stab Jr., Smelly Ears. We're going to talk about that. Adam Fields, like always. What's going on, fam? Free Distribia. What's up, Bully fam? Hope all is well. Absolutely. Thank you for coming like you always do. And Sarata, good evening from hot Arizona. Well. We are talking about natural dog skin fixes. In fact, I'm getting ready to drop a short tomorrow. And I'm going to drop little hints tonight as far as a new paste I came up with. You guys have heard of the golden paste, right? Great content. Thank you. Number love. The golden paste being turmeric and coconut oil and obviously black pepper So black pepper is there to absorb more. Your body absorbs more of the turmeric, right? And turmeric is superstar superfood. However, it's very sensitive to stomach acids. That's the reason you got to combine it, say, with coconut oil, with cheese or butter. It's got to be with some sort of fat content in order to be able to make it through the small intestine. And then once it makes it through, in order to get heavily absorbed, you need the black pepper. That's what golden paste is. I did not invent golden paste. I've been using golden paste ever since I remember. I remember when I started breeding Old English Bulldogs back in 2010. So golden paste has been around. People forget. People get lazy. But golden paste, man. Hello, Shade Tree. Nothing but love. Not only is it going to help your dog and lower inflammation, especially older dogs or dogs that have hip issues or even dogs that are exercising hard, golden paste is just super powerful. It's got, so let me tell you what the ingredients are. So coconut oil has a particular type of acid. It's called lauric acid. And lauric acid is an antifungal and also has both antifungal and antibacterial properties, right? Now, turmeric, what happened is curcumin, it inhibits the inflammatory response in the dog's body, inflammatory pathways. And what it does is it also has antibacterial and antifungal properties, right? So when you combine the two together, literally you can use that paste if a dog is breaking out, right? Because of a fungal infection. Like, I don't know so much as ringworm. I've never really tried it on ringworm, but somebody here was saying their puppy was showing that it had reddened paws, right? Well, when you have reddened paws, I don't know if you guys watched my video here recently, but reddened paws irritation leads to microscopic cuts. Those microscopic cuts are a magnet for both bacteria, yeast, fungus, you name it. So the only way you're going to nip it in the bud is you need something that's going to be there, that's going to be able to counteract the bacteria or the fungi. And golden paste works, and it can do it. You can put it in your dog's paws. It's completely natural, right? Let me see here. Detailer says, hey, Raul, 2 girls, same litter, fight. Once they're about 1 year and a half. When would you think it would be an issue? They haven't had issues since. And can there be an accident? Can be accidental blood, or is that a true bite? Okay, so Detailer, wow. That's a loaded question, Detailer. And that's only because I don't know what else is going on. So I'm going to have to assume other things, right? So one dog has been getting stressed out by the other dog, or one dog is trying to dominate the other dog. It's going to be one of the two. And what ends up happening, unfortunately, especially for females, when they come in heat, their hormones are kind of scrambled. They're all over the place. It's funny you're saying 1.5, because typically that's when, roughly around that time, that's when they're having their second heat. And what usually happens around that time too is kind of like when the dog is going from teenage years to early 20s. So they want to kind of assert themselves, especially if they're dominant. And there's only so much dominance one dog will take from the other. Now, what I have found, Detailer, from my experiences, is that when females fight, they will hold a grudge. That's what I have experienced in the long run. Males, they'll hold a grudge too, don't get me wrong, but they're a little bit more manageable. Females, on the other hand, when they fight, you'll notice that months will go by and they're just looking for that opportunity to get back to that point when they were fighting again. So you're gonna have to nip that in the bud, man. Best way to do it, in my opinion, is have them together. Make sure you have a taser. I'm not trying to get you to get them to fight or anything like that. In fact, I want you to crack the taser so they know what the taser is and that you got it on hand, and that they have to be in their best behavior when they're around each other. And hopefully with due time, that can suppress whatever stresses they got going on, because now they have to kind of act in their best behaviors with one another in front of you, because they don't want to get tased if they cross the line. And if they do this enough times, hopefully that new positive behavior supersedes whatever was going on in the past. All right. BB Roddy, as always, you're what you eat. Also, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, man. BB Roddy, you're on point, man. Zulema Santiago, sup. What's going on, Zulema? Shade Tree, love this topic. Oh, yeah, we're going to deep dive. QBN, the GOAT, Primetime Kennels. Primetime Kennels. Hey, man, number love. Appreciate the support, man. Carrie April Dooley, how many times can you feed the yeast detox meal? Well, Carrie is referring to the yeast detox. Let me see if I can bring it up, Carrie, because there may be some people that are catches on the replay and they would not have they might not have seen the video. So let me see if I can bring it up and show it to everybody, and then I'm going to answer your question, okay? So just hang loose here for a second if I can find it fast enough. And I believe I just did. Yes, I did. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring it up. Okay, let me just do this. All right, so I just want people to know what it is and where they can see it. Otherwise, I'd be doing them a disservice just answering your question and not necessarily giving them the insight that they're looking for, right? So give me just, there we go. There we go. All right, let me go ahead and bring it up here on screen so I can share it and you guys will see what I'm talking about. So what Miss Carrie's talking about is this video we made. Let me see if I have it down here. It's got to be on the must watch, top videos, brand video, live streams. Okay. Multiple playlists. Here you go. Get rid of yeast. Okay, so she's talking. Let me see if y'all can see my screen. You can, but Carrie, I'm going to have to take. Yeah, there you go. All right, let me just play the video, and you guys will see the video starts out like this. It's just showing hot spots. Do they have ringworm? Is their belly distended? Are they having runny stools? Have you seen parasites in the stool? In this video, I'm going to show you how I naturally deworm and detox my dogs from yeast simultaneously. Okay, so we're not going to watch the whole video, but I just wanted to show that, and I want to also show what the video thumbnail looks like. So if anybody wants to watch it, they can. So sorry, Carrie, I'm back here tonight by myself. And as much as I want to do things quickly, it's taken me a bit of a second to get it going here. So just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I got you. All right, here we go. So the video that she is talking about is right here. So this is the video right here. Natural yeast detox dewormer, because it's all of the above. It's a yeast detox, it's also a dewormer, and it's completely natural. Okay, so let me answer your question. I'm sorry I kept you holding for so long. The answer is you can feed that every day if you wanted to. The only thing that I would suggest that you take out of it is going to be the papaya seeds. Papaya seeds have trace amounts of cyanide, and that's what helps deworm. But if you could take the papaya seeds and even the papaya itself out, if you wanted to, you could feed that every single day. And that's an excellent question. Thank you for asking, Ms. Carrie. Queen's New Blood says, I don't get many fights since I know how to prevent them. I have my, hold on a second. Why is this so small? I have my boy get into small disagreements, but usually ends at my say and both get in trouble regardless. since I don't allow a fight ever. And I think that's the best thing you should do. And that's essentially, that's how you're showing control over your dogs. Being able to break up a fight with just your voice. That, to me, that's what really lets you know if you're having control of your pack and the dogs in your yard. You should never, want to run straight, to light a dog up or anything like that right off the bat. You just have that there as a preventative. D. Taylor says, awesome. Thank you. You got it, D. Number love. Appreciate you. Let's see. David Stanton. What's up, Raul? New to the bully community. Had my girl since February. She never had an allergy issue until now. Okay, I'm going to tell you why now. Are bullies more susceptible to allergies during the summer? Love your channel. Thank you, David Stanton, for coming on. By the way, guys, if you want to become members of the channel, I'm answering all questions, but keep in mind, member questions will always be first. I will answer all member questions for as little $5 a month. You could be supporting the channel, and it's always going to be a two-way conversation. So, David, let me tell you why. First of all dogs go through a transformation between winter and summer, regardless if they're coming from winter to summer or they're going from summer to winter. Why is that? They have what you call a winter coat and they have a summer coat. Okay. So in that transition, there's a lot of things that play into it. For example, the wax, or it's called Saborea, but dogs release a wax at the base of the hair. I don't know if you're aware of this, but all dogs have mites. Mites are tiny little parasites that eat away at that wax at the base of the hair. What happens is dogs during the winter, because there's less humidity for the most part, and also there is not enough heat, the type of organisms that are going to be attacking dogs and their coat and skin can be somewhat different than what it is during the summer, right? During the summer, you got those two factors, heat and humidity, in a lot of places, including here where I live. And that's what feeds to yeast, to bacteria on the skin, mites overgrowing. Why is it? Because if you're feeding kibble to your dog, a lot of the ingredients that are inside of kibble are not natural to be fed to a dog. You ever seen a wolf out in the wild, out of nowhere, just go and hunt beet and eat beet? I'm talking about the vegetable, right? Very high in sugar. Tackle sugar cane and eat it there raw. Grab a corn husk and tear it apart and start eating corn. No, they don't do any of that. Yet that's a lot of the stuff that they put into, or ingredients that they put into kibble. I just recently made a video last week talking about it. A lot of these kibbles are actually feeding into yeast. If you really think about it, and I hate to be cynical, but here's the deal. I'm a nurse, okay? I'm an RN. I've been an RN now for 14 years, going on to 15. When I decided to become a breeder, I already had about 2 years of breeding experience, and I already knew that a lot of the medications that we dealt with translated over to dogs. What was changing was a lot of times was the dosage. So, when I first started breeding bullies about 10 years ago, all of my dogs came down with yeast. At the time, we were feeding Victor kibble, okay? And that's when I realized right off the bat that I'm going to have to figure something else out, because during the summer, I can't feed kibble because all my dogs came down with the yeast infection. So started taking my dogs to a vet. Mind you, at the time we had maybe 14, 15 dogs. You could only imagine the bill, how high it was going. It's $80 for a consult visit. That's just for the vet to walk in the room. It's $80, right? And then in addition to that, little things that they were doing. Like, for example, he was telling me at first Because what they do, let me rewind. What they'll do is they're going to test your knowledge. They're going to see how ignorant you are or how knowledgeable you are. You see, ignorance makes you a prey in the breeding community and also as a dog owner in the eyes of a vet. Okay? If the vet knows you're in a dark room looking for a black cat that isn't there, he or she is going to take you through the longest, most expensive route to get to whatever solution there is, right? But when they know you know what you're talking about, then everything changes. So let me get to my point. I started taking my dogs to the vet, and he kept nudging at me, Hill Science Diet. Don't feed Victor, feed Hill Science Diet. So I go to the Hill Science Diet bag at the time, flip it over, look at the ingredients. It's a bag of flour. What do you mean you go to this? You see, the industry is set up to sicken the dogs. So you got to go to the vet so they can push you some pills, and it keeps the entire system going, right? And so this is one of the reasons why they don't want you to understand that natural ingredients and changing from, say, kibble to raw is actually going to fix your problems in the long run. They don't want you to know these things. It's really, really that simple, guys. Hold on a second. Here we go. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about, right? So let me go to Google and let me type in, can dogs eat garlic? Okay. I just want to show something to you guys, because I get this every time I drop a short or I drop a video when I'm saying, I feed my dogs garlic. What you get is all these Captain Obviouses that will go to Google, and whatever first thing that Google says, that's it. We don't need a deep dive anymore. We don't need a search, nothing. That's it. That's what Google said. So it's law, right? Now, never mind that Google has never owned a dog before, right? Never mind that Google is a company that's got, stocks and people that need to make money off. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because even Google gets influenced by big pharma and big vet and other industries. This is the reason why you need to learn to deep dive. So let me show you this. So you go to Google, and I went ahead and asked, can dogs, here you go. Can dogs, look, I wrote up here, can dogs eat garlic? Is this coming up on the screen? Just want to make sure it is. Yeah, it is, right? Can dogs eat garlic? No, dogs cannot have garlic. It's considered toxic. It's about 5 times more toxic than onions and leeks because it's a more concentrated source of sulfur-containing compounds that can damage your dog's red blood cells, right? Wow. Man. They're going to grab this. They're going to come back to my short and wag the finger at me. Why are you telling people to do this? Well, I'm telling people to do this because I've been feeding my dogs garlic now for close to 8 years, and I've never had a dog get sick off of it, right? So look at this. People ask, how much garlic can I give my dog? Let's click on it. How much garlic to feed your dog? If you stay under the commonly noted toxic dose of 5 grams a kilogram, each clove is around 3 to 7 grams, you will have much less chance of causing adverse effects. To be conservative, staying under 3 grams a kilogram and not feeding it consistently will reduce the chance of adverse effects even further. Okay, so wait a minute. Red flag number 1. This guy over here is saying, no, dogs cannot have garlic. You see how this is the knee-jerk reaction? They purposefully do this to dissuade about 95% of the people that are looking up stuff, because to me, this first answer is the one that's influenced by big pharma and everybody else making money off of this. No, dogs cannot have garlic. This one says, how much garlic to feed your dog if you stay under the commonly noted toxic dose of 5 grams? So, okay, wow. And look at this one. What are the benefits of giving my dog garlic? It has a mild antibiotic, antifungal, antiparasitic properties. It also stimulates your dog's lymphatic system. helping to remove waste from the body. Garlic is also an antioxidant. Garlic contains inulin, which is a prebiotic, so including small amounts in your dog's diet helps to support a healthy gut microbiome. What? But it said, but you see, guys, if you ever see me drop a short talking about garlic, do me a favor, go to the comments and watch all these Captain Obviouses. You got people that have nothing better to do with their life than to try to prove other people wrong. Unfortunately, that's the height or the climax of their existence. And so, listen, I haven't even really deep dove. I'm just looking at the first answer, second answer, and third answer. Now, look at this one. Will a little bit of garlic hurt my dog? No, dogs should not eat food with garlic. While eating a small amount of garlic one time might not cause symptoms, larger quantities can be toxic. Garlic toxicity can also be cumulative, meaning even small amounts consumed repeatedly can cause toxic effects. Wow, interesting. So, look, since we're on the topic, let me just go here real quick. Japan dog garlic study. Now, I've broken this down many times, but a recent study from Japan investigated the use of aged garlic extract in dogs specifically for its potential benefits in managing gingivitis. The study, published in Frontiers Veterinary Science, found that AGE, when administered orally, improved gingivitis in bagels without causing any adverse effects. What? Wait a minute. This builds on previous research suggesting that AGE could be a safe and effective therapeutic agent for canine dental health. Wait a minute. It's antifungal, antibacterial, and it also cleans your dog's teeth, helps with gingivitis and everything else. So that's what I wanted to get around to, guys. The problem is that there are invisible influences that don't want you to know these natural things that are actually going to make your dog do better. Because you could literally start planting garlic cloves in your garden and giving them to your dog, and you don't have to go to the vet and pay the $80 visit and buy whatever crap he or she wants to sell you and so on, yada, 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 right? Simon, do you think now I left the USA military, it's safe for me to actually get a dog safely now once I get home to Wisconsin? Simon, I don't know all that's going on with you. By the way, thank you for your service. I'm ex-military myself. I don't know what your entire circumstance is, but if you can keep the dog safely and it's going to help you in any way, then I would say yes. Alberto Ayala, hola Raul. Queen's New Blood, same with my girls. They understand that if they fight, both will be in trouble. Let me catch up. Not all of us. I'm an ex-trucker. I'm not like that. I will walk away. I'm not sure. D. Taylor, she's feeding them Purina. I know food can play a part with the corn. Could that have an effect? D. Taylor, yes. I have said it many times. I've said it in my videos. I have friends that are trainers. They train police dogs. And the first thing that they do when they bring a dog in is they change the entirety of the diet. And they have their own little diet plan. They feed kibble, but they make sure it doesn't have corn. And there's something else they make sure it doesn't have. There's another ingredient I can't remember off the top of my head. But corn immediately becomes sugar in a dog's blood. The dog doesn't have a pancreas as big or as useful or powerful as we do. Therefore, if they have high sugar, it's almost like feeding 16 ounces of Coca-Cola to a 5-year-old. They're going to be bouncing off the walls, right? And that could be part of the problem. Hit the like button. Come on now. I give my dog coconut oil every day. My dog's coat looks amazing. XL Champ Cooper, coconut oil is by far, listen guys, coconut oil is the most powerful natural thing you can give your dogs. It's got antibiotic properties, has antifungal properties. It's going to hydrate your dog's skin. It's going to make your dog's coat smooth. Remember this, the balanced amount of keratin that dogs produce for their hair and for their coat and skin, that is going to prevent many issues like yeast or overgrowth of Staphylococcus aureus or overgrowth of mites, yada, yada, yada. Carrie says, you're great. Thank you so much. I sent you pics of my dogs having such a hard time with yeast and allergy to fleas. Poor baby looks horrible. I do everything you say. You are the best. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Carrie. I appreciate you. Please become a member. Let's make this a two-way conversation. To become a member, you must come over and watch us through YouTube. You go down to the description below, and there will be a link there. Adam Fields, you have to be the alpha of your pack. Absolutely. Happy Friday, Bully fam. God bless. Carmelo and Chica TV. Number love, man. We got his Mrs. Nanya. Carrie April Dooley, I have 2 Frenchies, and their allergies are horrible. Okay, so his Mrs. I'm going to say this real quick. A lot of times people don't realize, but the allergies are being caused by simple things that you can correct in your home. I don't know if you watch our most recent video. If you haven't, I suggest you do. Things like letting the dog take the toys outside and then bring them in the house. That's a no-no. In my house, there are outside toys. There are inside toys. They don't get mixed. Why? Because my wife and I say we cut the grass, and one of the toys, I don't know, goes to a little grass pile, falls on a little grass pile or whatever. You don't know what microorganisms are there that they're going to then bring inside. And what if it's one of those toys that whistles or whatever, and then it rained and water got caught up in there, and now you got moisture. And wherever there's moisture is going to be fungi eventually, and then yeast, and then you're spreading that all over the place, right? So also, what are you feeding the dog, right? What are you, these are things that people need to ask themselves. How often do you clean their beds? I see everybody that has a dog with yeast infections this whole week that I've consulted. When I asked to look at the bedding, they got bedding with foam about yay big, which, look, man, I know you love the dog. I get it. But you need to comprehend that foam is nothing more than a yeast trap. It's gonna absorb all humidity, all yeast, all bacteria, all whatever. So you go over there, you wash your dog with chlorhexidine, like I tell you to, and then the dog comes running and jumps back in and he keeps being exposed to the same agent that's causing the issue. I'm new to the bully community. Also, my son has an XL. I found one of his pups 8 months old last week. I have one of his pups 8 months old last week. Okay, congrats. Manuel Perez, I have 4 bullies. I listen to your program all the time. I take your advice. Only problem that I have is that I'm very, very short on funds, but I do my best. I pay attention to what you say and eventually do what you ask us to do. I appreciate everything you're doing for the love of the animals. Thank you so much. From all of us out here in Chicago, peace, love, and harmony. Number love to the Windy City. How about them Bears? There you go. Roger A. Fajardo, what's going on, man? Roger Fajardo. This gentleman right here, he's known me for easily a good 40, well, coming up on 40 years. So, number love, my brother. Madelon Chung, GT Kennels, watch from Guyana, South America. Number love, man. Okay, hold on a second. I apologize, guys, that I didn't see that coming. But that person has been blocked. There you go. Guys, you can say whatever you want on this live. Just be respectful. Bad words are just not going to fly, man. Adam Fields is saying Big Farm PH, okay? Shea Tree, this is so very true. And also the vets get mad when you tell them you don't feed dog kibble. They want you to feed Hill Science. Hey, you're speaking to the choir on that one. Michael DeLander, hey, brother, much love from Kentucky. Trying to get a hold of you to see if you can help me determine 2 things. Should I dock my XL Bully's ears or not? And what color is he technically? Michael, I do consults. They're not free, but definitely you could DM me. In fact, I'll go ahead and drop my phone number over here, and you can text me directly, and we could have that conversation. So that's not an issue. let's see here. Who else we got up? Alberto Ayala. I have an XL puppy. He will be 13 weeks this Sunday. I have him on Members March salmon and sweet potato. He is weighing 38 pounds. I'm new to the bully community, so I'm not sure if he weighs too much. Man, 38 pounds at 13 weeks? Yeah, bro, I would think. Yeah, look, you need to send me you need to send me a picture of that pup, because more likely than not, he's over. I had the whole being pushed on hill signs by vet 5 years ago, says Inserata. Adam Fields, garlic also repels mosquitoes and fleas. Absolutely. But it was right before I started watching Raul, says Inserata. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Vets hate me. I've actually had vets write to me trying to, because that's here's the thing, guys. I'm going to tell you something, and it's so true amongst all industries throughout. The person that wants to scam you will degrade anyone or try to discredit anyone or any information you have that's going to shake their little scam. That's true. Whether you're buying a used car, you're going to the vet, you're going to go eat at a Chinese restaurant, it don't matter. I'll be going raw. Just got my meat grinder and looking at your videos and trying to learn the barf diet. I want to do kibble and raw. Please advise if this is okay. It is okay, Alberto Ayala, to feed both. Right now, we're feeding three things. We're feeding cooked, raw, and kibble, but we're only feeding 10% kibble at this point. We reduced it from 15%. So kibble is not our main source. The reason for that is because the protein that you feed your dog is essential for everything. So if you feed good protein, you're going to get good results with your dogs. If you feed crappy protein, you're going to get crappy results with your dogs, right? That's just one of the things. So the problem you have with kibble is that kibble, and I've said it a million times, kibble is cooked, right? And because kibble is cooked, a lot of that protein is denatured. Let me give you an example. Eggs, right? In their natural form, the egg white is transparent. But when you cook it, it denatures and it becomes white. No matter what you do, that white on the protein, the egg white will never turn transparent again, no matter what you do, because that protein has been denatured, right? Even though eggs have the best source of protein on the planet for animals, 100% of it becomes bioavailable to be used. The problem lies when you cook it and you denature it. Now, it's a minimal change, but it's a change nonetheless. So if you take that mentality with kibble, they're not going to be feeding, high grade. Yeah, we're going to be feeding high grade sirloin to your dog. That's not how it works. We all know that, first of all, dogs get fed at feed level, which means it means if there's a sick cow out there somewhere, they could slaughter it and cook it, process it, and sell it in kibble, because that's feed grade. Now, you can't kill that cow and sell it in the grocery store because that's human food grade. That's the highest level there is. And so, that's one of the reasons why I always talk to you guys about Nuvet and NuJoint DS, right? And you hear me constantly bringing it up. Why is it I'm bringing it up? Well, it's 100% natural. It's cold pressed. Look, 100% natural, cold pressed, not cooked. It has never been recalled in 25 years of existence, made at human food grade level, right? Highest level possible. This is why you get so many great results when people start using Nuvet NuJoint DS. They wonder why the East-Westy kind of straightened out a lot. Like, oh my God, East-Westy straightened out in about 30 days. I have pictures here from a while back, people that sent me in. Look at this. In 18 days, look at the difference. Knuckling over on the left picture. Look at how straight it was on the right picture. Look. 18 days. That's all it took. The most recent one I've received, one of the most recent ones I received. Look at this little pocket. Look at the pasterns. Down pasterns. In 10 days, guys. Look at this other picture over here on this end. Look at the pastors, how well they were raised. Oh my God, this is a magic pill. No, bro, it's really not a magic pill. It really isn't. What it is it's a quality product. It's a superior product than the majority of the supplements you got out there. This is why when I started comparing supplements that I don't want to mention their names, I've mentioned them in the past, sent me cease and desist letters immediately because there was no comparison. They couldn't compare it. Then you have, you're always going to have people that are going to say things like, I went online and it says this is a big scam and it's got high sodium and it does this to your dogs and that. Well, to that, I'm going to say this. Look up anything. Look up Toyota, which is one of the most reliable vehicles out there. Look up anything. I don't care. Starlink, which I'm using and it's working great. Look at the reviews. Do you not think that companies that are adverse to this particular product are going to send people online to give bad reviews? That's what they do. So I don't care what product it is. If you think that this product does not bring what I'm saying to the table, then whatever product you think, I want you to go check their reviews online. And you're going to see you're not going to find good reviews, right? And that's because all these companies play that game. So just keeping it real with you, what I tell people all the time is, you want to know how well this stuff is working? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. You could either look at our videos or you could just straight up look at our dogs, right? You got little Blueberry right here. You got our girl right here. Let's see who else. Oh, Fireball's been on it forever. My girl Ali over here is another one that's been on it. Oh, what do you know? Little Sunshine, right? Little Sunshine became one of the youngest champions in the ABKC at 6 months and 17 days. She's been on Nuvet since the day she got here. Just throwing it out there, guys. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that what goes in to the dog matters. And the money you think you're saving by buying these cheap kibble or whatever, you end up like, I'm not going to get Nuvet because it's $1.67 a day and this, that, and the third. And I just want to buy a $23 bag with 45 pounds. Go ahead and do that. Do you know that some of the ingredients that are in Nuvet are anti-cancer? They're anti-cancer. They're anti-inflammatories. Your dog walking like this, part of the reason is that bag that's only costing you $20 that's got corn in it, wheat, soy, is causing inflammation inside of your dog, dummy. And those $20 that you're paying that you think you're saving, yeah, at the end of the year or 2 or 3 years, sooner than later, you're going to have to go to the vet. Oh, you're female and getting pregnant. Well, I wonder why she's getting UTIs one after another. Oh, let's look at the ingredients in the bag. Look at that. It's got corn, wheat, and soy. They're not only allergens, they cause internal inflammation. And those allergies are going to end up leading to yeast, right? So sometimes we think we're going to save a nickel and it ends up costing us $100. It's that simple. Christina Irajeta, I got busy. What I miss? Oh, man, you're good. I keep saying Christina, bro. Christian. I don't know why it is when I glance. My apologies, Christian. Once again, I didn't mean anything by that, brother. My apologies. Primetime Kennels. All I feed is the salmon and sweet potato from Sam's Club. I used to feed Victor High Pro Plus until I seen everyone switching to other foods. QBN's review on kibble helped make the executive view. All right, Primetime Kennels. All right, so you saw my review. You made the switch. Now, I need you to follow up this comment with how long have you been on Sam Club's salmon and sweet potato formula? What are the positives? And if there are any negatives, I need you to throw them at me. All right, let's talk. Garlic is okay and beneficial. Garlic is more than okay. Garlic is great. Adam feels garlic is good for you too, even when you crush it and let it sit 15 minutes, just like we do for our dogs. Absolutely. Michelle Jimenez, I know you work with bullies, but I have Australian cattle dogs. Let me say this, guys. I work with all dogs. I get consults from Australia all the time, New Zealand, South Africa. This past week, I had somebody from France, which was super hilarious because he spoke no English and I speak no French. So we were doing signs more than anything. My whole point is this: dog health and dog nutrition. There are going to be some variances between large breed, medium size, and small breeds, but general terms, anti-inflammatories, antioxidants, that sort of thing, it's pretty common, okay? So I don't want you to think only because I breed bullies that what I say cannot apply to your breed, because it very well can. She has Australian cattle dogs. Would giving them garlic get the same good effects on them? Yes. Here's the thing, guys. When the study of garlic was done, and again, don't take Raul saying it. I'm going to say it real quick for the sake of time, but go ahead and look it up online. When they did the study in Japan, I want to say 25 years ago, they fed each dog, and I've done lives on this, the equivalent of, I think it was 13 or 15 garlic cloves. Now, let me ask you this. If I was to crush 15 garlic cloves and I fed them to you right now, what do you think is about to happen? What do you think is about to happen? I'll tell you, more than half of people watching are going to end up in the ER somewhere. You're going to get either some sort of inflammation in the gut or something, because you're just taking too much at too short of a time. You're taxing all the organs in the body, all the systems, right? But we feed 1 garlic clove per 100 pounds of dog. Let me break it down even further. If I feed 1 garlic clove for a 100-pound dog, then if you have a 50-pound dog, I would suggest you cut that garlic clove in half, right? Then it doesn't stop there. We crush it or we slice it, dice it, and let it sit for 15 minutes, right? Let Allen combine with air, right? And become Allison. Now it's fit to be given to a dog. Okay? So, yes, Michelle Jimenez, I would suggest you go ahead and try that and come back here after a month and let me know how it's going. Because if you're dealing with fleas or ticks or anything like that, you're going to be like wowed within a month. I guarantee it. Carlos Ellison, I told individuals garlic is cool. Absolutely. Rincon Táctico, what do you think about Victor dog food? Rincon. You must be a recent follower, bro. I'm going to give it to you. So I used to feed Victor when I first started breeding. I felt it was a decent dog food at the time, a decent kibble. If I could go back in time to 10 years ago, I would say today that Victor was still a decent kibble to feed your dog. Here's the problem, right? You got to realize that these are companies that are making decisions over your dog, right? They put these pretty pictures of steak, like you're going to eat steak. It becomes appetizing for you, and then you want to go buy the bag, right? It's all manipulation. But here's the bottom line. Bottom line is they're there to make money. So Victor got sold to a new company. And we noticed within 6 months to a year of being sold, formula changed, right? And they also included something that people were completely disgusted by, which is blood meal. Okay. Some people say that blood meal is actually earthworms. It's another form of protein, right? Anyways, ever since that happened, all of a sudden, I had this young, beautiful female at the time, Latessa, who had been bred with the previous Victor formula. And all of a sudden, we bred her 3 times in a row and she didn't take. We took her off of Victor, and then she took 2 times in a row, and each time she had over 10 pups. Coincidence? I don't think so. I'm going to tell you why I don't think so. Because at the time, the kibbles were coming in different shades of color. Why? Because, how do I know? Because I bought 6 bags at a time at the time. And so I would open one bag that had darker kibble than the other bag, And then the other bag over here would be more oily than the other 2 bags I opened, right? These are assertions that only a breeder, right, can make, because at the time I was buying 6 bags to feed all my dogs. Whereas that person that just has 1 dog, you're only buying that 1 bag. You might not notice a difference, a difference in color, a difference in smell. You might see 1 bag a little bit more oily and not make too much of a fuss. But as a breeder, yeah, it's a big deal, man. Adam Fields, Nuvet NuJoint DS, use code 513-237, all the way up here, man. 513-237. You can just type in nuvet.com/513-237. Let me tell you something. You get 13% off with auto ship if you get the green and blue bottle. I will receive an email. That email says you have done auto ship with both the green and blue bottle, and that automatically qualifies you to be added to our end of year raffle. I do it every year, and the winner gets Nuvet for all their dogs for an entire year on the house. That's how we roll with it. Eric Rutherford says, do you think it's okay to chop up a full thing of garlic and store the unused in an airtight glass Tupperware container? I don't understand what a full thing of garlic is, but I'll tell you what we do. What I do is we buy these bags where it already comes peeled and everything. We notice that if you leave it in the fridge for about a week, some of the garlic cloves will start going bad on you, right? So in order for that not to happen, is what I do is I group them into little Ziplocs. We buy these little Ziplocs about yay big, and I'll throw, 1 clove per dog in there. We throw them up in there and zip it, and keep doing it until I empty the entire big bag. I always have a bag in the fridge. I put them all in the freezer. As I take one out of the fridge, I take one out of the freezer and put it in the fridge. The one I originally took out of the fridge, that's what I'm going to feed my dogs that day. So it's really simple. So it doesn't go bad on you. Prime time. Have you had any issues with skin allergies with the salmon sweet potato from Sam's Club members Mark Brand? I have not. I don't know if it's luck or what, but my dogs, I only have 1 dog that's allergic to chicken. The rest of my dogs are fine, but my boy Congo, which, by the way, is the only Merle dog I have. Let me bring him up. He is allergic to chicken. And so he is the only one that, I have an issue with. The rest of my dogs, I've never had like allergy issues with food per se. What may happen, say we cut the grass really low and they lay down on the tip of the grass blades. They got like little, I don't want to say thorns, but they've been cut, so they're sharp at a microscopic level, and the dog will lay on his belly to cool off, and then maybe the following day we'll get some little red bumps or something. It happens every summer, but no, I haven't come across that, man. Erica Romeo, hi, hope you had a good day. Just letting you know, send you a message at the number, see how I can get a one-on-one. Okay, Miss Romeo, absolutely. We will definitely speak on this. Also, just keep this in mind, guys. You could become a member of this channel. I will answer all member questions live like I'm doing right now. And how do you know somebody's a member? They're going to have this little symbol by their name. So before we finish, I will answer all their questions. So if by the end of this conversation, say I have 3 member questions and I got 25 non-member questions, non-members, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to get around to answer your question. So the way to get around that is go down to descriptions below. For as little as $5 a month, you can support the channel. And then on top of that, I'm going to be answering all your questions. So it's a win-way all the way around. Adam Fields, pues claro que sí, Jan and Carrie. There you go. Christian Irajeta, I got it right this time. I feed my dogs High Point Zero. Okay. Jan Spurd, I appreciate all the knowledge you put out. You have a lot of useful information. Well, there's more information I'm going to put out tonight. And I've kind of it always happens because I want to please you guys and I want to answer all the questions in time. But at the same time, there is some information I need to put out. So I came up with, okay, so you guys heard of golden paste. We started the conversation with that. And that's turmeric, coconut oil, and black pepper. Black pepper so that the turmeric gets absorbed more. The coconut oil is there on the fact that it's got antibacterial, antifungal properties, but you need something that's fat-based to get the turmeric past these stomach acids because it becomes too sensitive. Turmeric is super great in that it has antifungal, antibacterial properties as well. Its main effect is it has super high anti-inflammatory. In fact, excuse me, guys, I got a bit of a cold today. In fact, it's the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory known to man, turmeric, right? So that's the golden paste. So since you guys are showing up to my live tonight, I'm going to give you an insight before I drop the short tomorrow. So be on the lookout for the short, but I'm going to tell you tonight what it is. So I came up and I'm trying to figure out if I want to call it platinum paste or QBNK paste, right? So let me know, guys, what name I should name this. But here's the recipe. I'm not going to give the amounts. You're going to have to watch the short for that. But I decided to mix ginger and garlic with coconut oil. And I have a dog. She cut herself on the side of her belly, running around in the back. And I've been putting this ginger with garlic in. I infused the coconut oil with ginger and garlic. Okay, so I sliced both. I put them on the lowest heat temperature possible to get the coconut oil melt, which was literally simmer. I put it there for about 5 minutes. I let it cool off. And with diced slices and everything, I put it on her cut. Well, wouldn't you know, she healed like super quickly. I've been adding her to her food. She didn't necessarily like the ginger too much because I could see on the floor she would leave out a couple little ginger dices there. But she did eat most of it, I would say. She likes the garlic and she likes the coconut oil with the food. So this is a superfood. How do we make it even more powerful, I thought? I said, why don't we mix it with gold paste? So we're now adding turmeric, black pepper, obviously coconut oil, along with garlic and ginger. And let me tell you guys, those are the most powerful natural ingredients that you're going to find to fight bacteria, to fight fungus, to fight inflammation. It also cleans their teeth on the inside. Did you know that coconut oil actually helps clean your dog's teeth so they don't have any type of plaque buildup? And tonight we just read that garlic actually reverses gingivitis and it doesn't cause an effect on a dog. We found this out only after we found out that you shouldn't feed garlic to dogs. So you see where I'm coming from. People will go in there and the first thing that pops up, that's what they say. If you scroll down a little bit, you're going to realize there's more to the story than what they're showing you. But just wanted to throw that out there. Carmelo and Chica TV, thank you for all your advice. We just ordered Nuvet NuJoint down below, man. Do me a favor. Do me a favor, Carmelo and Chica. Take a before and an after picture. So take a before picture, wait 10 days, take pictures again. Another 10 days, take pictures again. Send them to me. I'm going to post them here. VBX Bullies, facts. Jan Spurt, what can I use for yeast on one of my dog's eye? Oh, eye. That's a good question. Here's the thing, Jan Spurt. A lot of times, the reason that dogs go into a full-blown yeast infection most of the time is because internally in the body, they have a full-blown inflammatory response to allergens, right? So I hear a lot of people saying, my dog has allergies. Do me a favor. Grab your dog food bag, turn it around. I want you to look for 3 ingredients. These are just the initial 3 ingredients. I want you to look for corn, wheat, and soy. When you're done with that, I want you to look for BHA and BHT. I just made a video speaking on all this, by the way. Then I also want you to see if it has any type of artificial coloring or flavoring. If it's got any of that, any one of those or a combination thereof may be causing allergies in your dogs, okay? Eric Rutherford, my son is allergic to fleas, and he got a few bites every year. This year, I started feeding my dogs garlic. So far, not a single flea, and I even added a dog. Can you say it a little? Can you say it a little louder for the people in the back? No fleas. No fleas. And if you keep your eyes on dental, you're also going to notice, because of the antibacterial, antifungal, it's going to start cleaning your dog's teeth a little better. All right. Avoid corn and then byproducts. Absolutely. The Nuvet is not available in Canada, sadly. I know, man. I actually got called by headquarters at Nuvet, and they told me, Raul, I need you to stop advertising for Canada because we can't ship there anymore for whatever reason. I think what happened is we started getting in the tariff war, and so they started raising, in Canada, of course, raising the bar in order for us to be able to sell products over there. So it's no longer profitable, I guess. I don't know. When will it be available here? I'm not sure. You will have to call Nuvet on that one, man. Sulema, I'll never regret my dog Nuvet Plus NuJoint DS. The results are amazing. You know it. You know it. My dogs, here's the thing. Being on Nuvet and NuJoint DS for my dogs is so common and natural now for us that, like, I don't know how to say it. If I ever run out of a bottle, which I never have, but there has been times I've ran out of a bottle and then I'm looking for another bottle and either my wife placed it somewhere else or whatever, and I'm like having a heart attack. It's almost like if it's not there, what do we do? Slow burner, I get it. I get it in Toronto, says slow burner. Okay, so maybe they're not taking in new people. Maybe if you were already receiving it, they'll just continue to service you. Adam Fields, how slow burner, share the sauce. No, I'm thinking that he says, I get it at Pet Expo. Oh, okay. Thank you, Adam Fields, for asking. By the way, Adam Fields is saying blueberry blues. Oh, my goodness. All right, guys. Here's where I'm going to take a quick little 2-minute break, and we're going to keep talking on this subject, and I'm going to be breaking down this new platinum paste, how I'm using it and what I'm giving. But for right now, this minute, I'm going to bring up the hottest new open stud on the market, and that's my boy Blueberry.
Like blue eyes in a sea of blue, I can't stop thinking about you. The way you walk, the way you stand, the way you do you. Blueberry motherfucker, you. That's right, blue, blue, blue. Blueberry motherfucker, you. You act like you own the place. In the Cuban yard, you're far away. Blueberry motherfucker, you. Saving my nickels and dimes, taking my time so I can get my bone and structure from Blueberry motherfucker, you. I know you're gonna produce. I got to save up, I gotta invest in you. Blueberry motherfucker, you. You are the best, cleaner than the rest. Blue, 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 sweet blue. You sexy motherfucker, you. We love you, we sure do. like blueberry juice, blueberry motherfucker you. I've seen many blue dogs, but none are like you. Blueberry motherfucker you. You blueberry motherfucker you. You got me waiting and waiting, gave me the blueberry motherfucker blues.
You have to forgive me for the bad words in that song, but I love blues. I wrote that song through AI, and for some reason, that's the word that kept coming in my head, and it gives it a feeling like none other. Either way, I want to show you how I make this particular, what are we going to call it, guys? Are we going to call it the QB&K paste, or are we going to call it the platinum paste? Either way, here, let me show you, and I'll be taking you word play by play. Here we go. So essentially, you need some coconut oil. Like I said, that's the base of it. You're going to need 2 garlic cloves. You're going to need a piece of ginger. You're going to need some turmeric. And you're going to need a grater, right? That's what you're going to need. You're going to need this, a cup, a measuring cup. And what we're going to start it out with is 1 full cup of coconut oil, right? And then we're going to mince the garlic. And then we're also going to turn around and grab that ginger, right? And we're going to see here. Yeah. Wait a minute. We got to put the garlic into the coconut oil. There you go. That's what we got to do first. And then we're going to go ahead and there you go. On the shredder, we're going to shred the garlic for just about the same amount. Not the garlic, the ginger, for the same amount of the garlic that we had. Right? If you're a little over, a little under, it's not the end of the world, but try if you can to make it as equal as possible. Right? And there you go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab that ginger and we're going to add it together with the coconut oil and the garlic, right? Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the lowest setting and we're going to throw everything on a pan. Lowest possible setting. Let it melt. Once it's molten, we're going to start mixing it. You could either use a cooking spoon like I'm using there. Some of y'all expert cooks out there, if you know how to mix it just by holding it on the handle, then you know you could always do it that way. That'll work as well. That's fine. All we need there, what we're doing there is we're trying to get both the garlic and ginger to release all their new, all the good stuff. Then we're adding a full tablespoon of nothing more than turmeric. We're going to add pepper to that, and we're going to mix everything. Once you mix it, you're going to go ahead and put it on a container that you could go ahead and put in your fridge, whether the freezer or the fridge, it doesn't matter. It's not going to freeze over because it's oil. And that's what it looks like once it's done. Once it's done, you can use it like paste and rub your dog wherever they got a little cut or even yeast or anything growing. Or you could also feed it in their food. If you're feeding kibble or whatever, this is going to start reducing the inflammation, counteracting the inflammation, essentially. Man, I am way behind on the comments. I definitely do apologize. Let me start catching up. By the way, Miss Carrie Dooley just became a member. Miss Carrie Dooley, hold on a minute.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
Miss Carrie Dooley, we do this every Monday and every Friday at 8 p.m. CST. Consider this your house and ask whatever questions. We're going to answer all member questions before I get off. Let's see. I'm going to have to start skipping non-members at this point, guys, because I need to catch up. Pues claro que sí. There you go, man. Let's see. Okay, Detailer says, I would say the positive is skin and coat. Detailer, I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, you're talking about the members mark. salmon and sweet potato. He says one of the positives is skin and coat. There you go. Okay. What's your take on Kirkland? Marlon Chung. I tried Kirkland. It just doesn't come close to Sam's for some reason. Members Mark is just a lot more effective. Guys, you have to I have to apologize to you. I have a bit of a cold today. So if you hear me sniffing over here, I really don't want to, but it's almost, excuse me, it's almost just a natural reaction at this point. Alberto Ayala, where can I send you the picture of the puppy? Thank you. Alberto Ayala, you could always send it to my number right here, and we could have a conversation there, okay? Let me see if I can catch up here with the questions. D. Taylor saying, not just that. Look what D. Taylor's saying. He says, teeth and overall fullness. Other foods like Akana and Victor dried out my dogs with skin irritation, as well as I even tried Victor Ocean, and there's no comparison. Members Mark has been awesome. So D. Taylor, would you say that my review was on point? This is the advantage of a breeder has. A breeder like myself that has, excuse me, enough dogs that I can test certain foods and see what the results are and be able to share them with you, right? So that's definitely an advantage. Most hated native, first 30 days on Nuvet, and my dog's bald patches in his ears have both grown fully, and his tail is about 50% better. Thanks again, Raul. I'm telling you guys. I keep telling you guys. Most hated, thanks for sharing that with us. I keep telling you guys, it's not magic. It's not magic. It's just that you're getting this higher quality product that is formulated for dogs, okay? And it's made at human food grade level. So it just totally blows everything out the water. Thanks for sharing. Jasper, what can I use to treat yeast in my dog's ear and how often? I feed wholesome fish at the moment with half rice, potatoes, sweet potatoes. Okay, so rice and potatoes right now in the summertime, it's not something you want to be feeding. They're high carbohydrates. They're high. They're a simple carbohydrate, and what that's going to do is it's going to lead to more seborrhea, where that wax in the hair is now getting it's more and more wax, which means the mites are starting to reproduce more and more to keep up, and that's how you get mite overgrowth. You could even get bacterial overgrowth and yeast infections. So you may want to make a change. I would suggest if you have to feed kibble, you find one that has salmon. I've recommended Members Mark salmon and sweet potato formula. You could try others. The reason that you want kibble that has salmon in it as the first ingredient, not salmon meal, salmon, is because you're going to get a lot more of the omega-3s, which is going to help you with a lot of the skin issues as well. Sulema Santiago, I would be more than happy if my dog ate that garlic clove. She don't want it. I spent $50 monthly in flea, tick, and heartworm prevention chew pills. But Sulema Santiago, such a smart girl like yourself. Sulema, you know what I do? What I do is I grab a disposable plate. I grab a slice of provolone cheese. I put it in there. Put it in the microwave exactly 12 seconds. Take it out. Grab my clove of garlic that's been minced already. I throw it in there. I cover it up like a spaceship, and I feed it to my dog. And she doesn't know it. She doesn't even know what's there. All she knows is she loves cheese. So, Jimmy Guzman, what's the best food to feed now? Kibble. Well, I've been talking about Members Mark, sweet potato, and salmon formula. Carrie Dooley, I'm a member now. Yay, dealing with yeast, flea, allergy, losing all hair, very dandruffy. Oh, my goodness, you have a full-blown. Guys, a lot of times you have a full-blown yeast infection, which then creates opportunities for bacterial infection, and then it starts kind of spiraling out of control, and that's what it kind of sounds like, Carrie. I changed to salmon food for about a month now. Bathing, like you said, feeding yeast detox. Okay. I don't know if you've seen my latest chlorhexidine bath video. I even show you how to formulate it. Here's the thing about chlorhexidine, guys. Chlorhexidine will kill 90% of fungi, including yeast, immediately. Okay, and it will wipe out bacteria like it's nobody's business. Okay, but you gotta formulate it in a particular way, and you have to not add it to a shampoo or to not add, like, say, dish soap, because you don't want added residue, right, when you're dealing with chlorhexidine. So make sure to watch that particular video, Miss Carrie. Chlorhexidine, I'm able to get an entire bottle about yay big, a 1 gallon bottle, for $20, I believe, and it can last me quite a bit. Adam says, growing garlic in your garden is easy. That's precisely why they keep you in the dark about garlic. What's your take on Kirkland? I'm not impressed. Didn't like it. I fed it to the same dogs that I had already fed. Members Club, salmon and sweet potato, and poop was a disaster. It was pasty at the time. I had pea gravel. I was picking up more pea gravel than I was picking up poop, man. It just wasn't a good thing. Jose Hernandez, I give my females raw chicken quarters with frozen broccoli. That's phenomenal. And frozen sweet potato, it's good frozen vegetables. Absolutely. Yes. And broccoli is super good. It's another, it's another vegetable that actually works against yeast. So definitely, man, you are hitting it on the head. You're hitting it on the head. Carrie says, dang it, I deleted my comment. I use salmon from Sam's, yeast detox, Zyrtex, feel lost, nothing is helping. Carrie, do me a favor, text me. You see what happens when you become a member? I get involved. It's going to happen. So do me a favor. I need you to text me here. Send me a picture of your dog. And let's see if we could deep dive and get you going in the right direction. Let's see here. Right now, I have to go to members, guys. Sorry. What up? If you want to become a member, like I said, go down to the description below. For as little as $5 a month, you can support the channel. We could have a conversation. Golden Paste is good for you, too. Yes, the Platinum Paste. QB&K Platinum, says Christian Iraheta. You know, Christian, I might just come out with that on the short. I might just do that. Carmelo Cheeky, QBN Paste, but either works. QBN Paste. I like it. It's sticky. It's sticky. See, the only reason I want to put QBN on there, guys, listen. Let me explain something to you guys. Content creators, right? It's almost like a cultural thing that they like to steal from whatever anybody does. And so I came out with this paste. I don't want to just throw it out there because I know it's going to be a matter of 5 minutes before 3 other of these entertainers that call themselves breeders are going to copy it and then want to throw it out there as theirs. So that's why I'm going to call it something like that. But I like QBN Paste. I really do. Rincon Táctico, what is your opinion on Blue Nose Pit? And thank you, brother. It's just a color, man. That's all I got. That's all I got. Jermaine Fred, what's your thoughts on Bully Max? All 3 of my dogs are on Bully Max Lamb 2611. Jermaine Fred, I got a cease and desist letter from Bully Max when I was comparing it to the natural ingredients of Nuvet. Therefore, I don't feel like I should be able to talk about Bully Max. Otherwise, I could get sued. So that if you don't understand what I'm trying to tell you, I don't know what to tell you, man. D. Taylor, Golden Paste, Platinum Paste, and Green Monster. D. Taylor been around for a while. He knows about Green Monster. QB&K Paste. All right. I like it. QB&K Paste. I wonder if I should switch to Raw, my XL female that has been in silent heats or no heats for a year. Yeah. And then also in Serata, what I would do is I would probably add zinc about, if she's an XL female, I'm thinking she's 80 pounds plus. I'd probably add about 100 milligrams a day of zinc to get her hormones back, back in a balanced state. If that's something. We'll do, says Carmelo. Okay, man, I'm expecting those pics. Shay Tree, when I cook rabbit, I use ginger slices in my rabbit. Dogs love it. All right. Thank you for sharing that, Shay. In Sarata, currently I do mix of kibble and home cooked. That's where I'm at right now. I'm doing raw, kibble, and home cooked. Sulema, I can't wait to see all those blue drops around. Oh, yeah. Real quick, if you're not aware what she is talking about an upcoming litter that we have that is the Blueberry Blues litter. And nothing more than my boy Blueberry over here and my girl over here and their parents. You can see them above. Champion 30B Kennels Brim is the father to PBK Hellboy, who is the father to Blueberry. So that makes girl Blueberry's half auntie. Yes, this is a half auntie to half nephew breeding. And I couldn't be any more excited. Couldn't be more excited, man. Let's see here. Let's continue. She says, I'll try that one. Cheese trap. Yep. Cheese trap. Come on, Sulema. You got to be smarter than the doggies. Okay. Let me see here. John Spurt. I bought chlorhexidine to give my dog a bath, but should I bathe my dog with regular shampoo first? Well, here's the thing, John Spurt. If you haven't watched our latest video, I suggest you do. If you live, say, in the Midwest where you guys get them farm clouds or whatever, what that does is a lot of times, not only is it releasing allergens into the air, it'll clog the pores in your dog, right? Not just the pores, but it'll also get tangled at the base of the hair where that wax and everything else I was talking about. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to bathe your dog with what I do is I'll bathe my dog, say, with 3% salicylic acid. And all that does is it tries and removes as much of that gunk that's there. And then I would hit them with something else like the chlorhexidine bath. So your logic is there, man. Nadine says, absolutely the Blueberry Pimp song. I already put it up there. Sulema, I'll try that one. Cheese trap. Okay. Could I use diluted apple vinegar and green tea in my dog's ear to treat yeast? Here's the thing. Water in your dog's ear is a big no-no because that leads to yeast. So I'm trying two different things right now on purpose with my dogs. So I have purposefully put one of my dogs completely on kibble. I'm not giving, golden paste. I'm not giving sardines. I'm not giving anything. It's just straight kibble. Okay, you got to realize I live in a swamp. It's very hot and humid, so it's a prime place for yeast. And what I'm going to try is I'm not going to give it away. I'll be dropping the video tomorrow. I've already tried it. It's working pretty well. It's something dry that I'm actually putting in the ear, and let's just say that I found it to be very effective, very, very effective. And not just that, you could put it on the dog's body and you could do it once a week and it's super effective. We'll be dropping that video tomorrow, guys. Thank you, says Jose Hernandez. You got it, man. QB&K gold paste. No, I can't do that. Gold paste is somebody already took it. QB&K sticky icky. Sticky icky. Oh, man. John Span, what's better, cooked or raw? What's the cons of each? Okay. Good question. John Spent. Raw, you're going to lose out on certain vitamins. You're going to denature certain proteins when you cook. I'm sorry, not when it's raw. When you cook, you're going to lose out on some vitamins. If you do cook vegetables, and there are some vegetables that you will have to steam, like my dogs, for example, they're used to steamed carrots. So you give them raw carrots, they'll nibble on it, they'll mess with it. Some of them will even eat it, but some will not even touch it. So what ends up happening is a lot of times we'll steam vegetables, get the vegetables out, leave the water behind. But guess what? In that water is where all the vitamins were released to. So next time you do that, make sure you're throwing the water in there. As far as raw, the major con is you have to deworm every month. Otherwise, your dogs are going to get parasites. That's the biggest con I see. Somebody that isn't like me, that is into raw feeding, they're going to tell you, oh, salmonella scare, this and that. But, you know, Victor had to be pulled off of the shelves, what was it, 2.5 years ago because of salmonella? So, and Victor's cooked. It's kibble. So those are my thoughts. Prime time, everything I know and have learned is because of your knowledge. So thank you. Anyone who get puffed from me, I direct you to your page for the knowledge. Number love, man. Appreciate you, man. That's what it's about. That's what breeding is about, man. It's passing. If you can't pass it, you can't leave a legacy. Okay, if you can't pass it, the day you no longer breed or you don't produce or you're not around or whatever, nobody's going to remember you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure somebody's going to remember me based on something, right? Jose Hernandez, I used the chlorhexidine bath twice. My females got some patches where the hair fell out, but with the bath, it goes away quickly. Yes, chlorhexidine is, I call it the nuclear option. High test, that's Adam Fields. Jose Hernandez, as they say in Mexico, santo remedio. Yep, that's it, man. Primetime Kennels, QB&K paste. All right, so we're going to call it QB&K paste, but you do me a favor because we got a bunch of copycats. Boy, I can't come out with something because, look, when I came out selling Nuvet, bunch of people all of a sudden, oh, I need to sell Nuvet too because he's doing it over there and it's working, so we got to do it over here. Now, we don't believe in the product. He does, but he's doing good, so we want to take some of his good and bring it over here because we can't stand on our own 2 feet. That's how it kind of rolls, right? So do me a favor. When you see somebody coming up with that garlic, ginger, along with the gold paste put together, and they're not calling it QB&K paste, call them out. Do me that favor. Golden Goo from the Q. Golden Goo from the Q. Oh, I think QB&K paste got a competitor. The Golden Goo from the Q. I like it, man. Start copywriting. No, man, you can't copyright that. Those are natural ingredients. You can't copyright the color blue or, you know, the sky is blue. You can't copyright that. But listen, guys, we've had a real fun one tonight. We're talking about natural ingredients. I told you guys natural remedies. We spoke about one tonight, that QB&K paste or QB, what is it? The Golden Goo from the Q. Like I said, I'll be dropping it tomorrow. Check it out. If you want to try it out, by all means. Here's the beauty of it too. Well, yeah, public domain. Yeah. Here's the beauty of it too. The ingredients are so natural, and you're making it yourself, of course, that not only can you apply it to your dogs topically, you could feed it to your dogs. You could eat it yourself. It's that simple. But either way, guys, I'm going to be leaving you with the Blueberry Blues, and we'll be catching you on Monday as we're going to deep dive into how the Mastiff got into the XL. We got us, I definitely have one guest, mystery guest, possibly two that were around back then and could tell us exactly what they saw that was going on. JV, QB&K, I'll be a member next week. Much love. Number love, man. Number love. But hey, now's the time, if ever. Oh, here we go. Golden Goo from the Q, says Zulema. Uh-oh, Golden Goo. Golden Goo. I like it. Golden Goo. It's kind of weird. It's got nothing to do with golden paste. It's the Q sauce. There you go. Jomel Mendoza, sub QBN. Any knowledge? APBT stood up to giving birth. More power. Salute from the Philippines. Jomel, I'm not sure of your question. I'm at the end. If you like, you can text me at my number through WhatsApp. Just make sure to put a 1 in front of that 7, and maybe we could talk through there, man. But either way, we bringing it up and we leaving it with this.
Like blue eyes in a sea of blue, I can't stop thinking about you. The way you walk, the way you stand, the way you do you. Blueberry Blueberry motherfucker, you. That's right, blue, blue, blue. Blueberry motherfucker, you. You act like you own the place. In the Cuban yard, you're far away. Blueberry motherfucker, you. Saving my nickels and dimes, taking my time so I can get my bone and structure from blueberry motherfucker, you. I know you're gonna produce. I got to save up, I gotta invest in you. Blueberry motherfucker, you. You are the best, cleaner than the rest. Blue, 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 sweet blue. You sexy motherfucker, you.